You're now listening.
You're now listening to the Shameless Goat.
Listening to the Shameless Goat. The Shameless Goat.
All right. Once again, thank you all for listening to this is the beginning shit. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Shameless Goat. This is season 2, episode 2. What's going on, fellas?
Yo. Hey everybody, nice to hear. Nice to see you guys all over again. It's been a while.
Pete. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
How's everything? How you been? It's been a while. The last time you was on was like shit.
Last year, right?
February. Yeah. What you been up to since this time?
With a new person and
You're a new person, or you're with a new person?
I'm not with a new person. That last one ended like that was bullshit. How that one ended.
Wow.
Yeah, that shit was fucked up.
Dating out, Pete.
I know.
Care to share? Maybe briefly or
A little bit.
generically. You don't have to.
Well, we never use anyone's names, so no one ever knows.
Yeah,
right?
we won't say Brenda's name.
Brenda, that's funny. I've dated, yeah. I don't know. That shit was really fucked up, man.
Damn.
So, like, we were together for a while. Thought everything was going well. Asked the young lady, checking things out. Hey, if I were to propose to you, would you say yes? Would you marry me? And she says, yeah, of course I'd marry you. Of course I'd say yes.
Oh.
So I'm, I always wonder, how do people surprise? Like, I see these videos of surprise engagements. How do they surprise them? I don't know how to do that. So I take her to the mall so we can get her fitted for a ring, because I don't know how.
Oh, this shit was serious.
Oh, good.
It was moving in a good direction.
How long were you guys dating before all this happened?
Wait, are we talking about the current or the last?
The
last.
Yeah,
Okay.
the last.
Like, probably 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I wasn't going to propose at 4 or 5. I was just trying to get fitted for the ring.
Yeah.
So you're going to propose at 5?
I wanted it to be a surprise, but I don't know how people surprise a woman with a ring, because you don't even know her ring size. How do people surprise
You just get
them?
it fitted later.
You just buy a big ring and then just resize it later?
Yeah,
Because I didn't know how you. I don't know how you surprise.
Well,
them.
you asked her, what would you say if I proposed to you?
I asked her.
Yeah, so they like killed the surprise right there.
No,
I didn't propose at that moment.
Then they start looking for rings?
Yeah, I think once you went to look
It was like,
for
I'm serious right now. Like,
what I did was I took some of her rings that she has and then went to get those fitted and then make sure I got like a little bit bigger. Like
yeah,
that, you know what I'm saying?
That probably would have been, because I don't know how to surprise them. Yeah, so I mean,
Ask her friends, ask her family.
she
I didn't
don't
do that
really
either.
have friends.
And I didn't ask friends either, so I'm with you on that. Wow. I probably should have.
that's a red flag.
That's a red flag. That's
No
funny.
friends, red flags.
Yeah, it just is what it is.
Throughout life?
Nah.
Got the devil.
That's funny. I mean, she doesn't have like friends here in South Florida. I don't. She doesn't really. She can be homebody, but she likes going out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I take her. We go. We're at K Jewelers. I make sure I can afford the ring she likes. Let her look around and talk to people, and then right there at the mall, right after taking me ring shopping, she takes me to Starbucks. And
Wait, she took you ring shopping?
no, I took her ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
She took me ring.
No,
shopping.
that's what you said. You didn't say
That's what I said.
That shit was interesting as fuck,
that's
though.
funny.
Yeah.
After I took her ring shopping at K Jewelers, I can afford the ring she wants. That she's at the counter and shit. And then like she takes me to Starbucks and she breaks up with me. Yeah, that shit was cold, dude.
You laugh.
This is the same.
The same fucking moment, same day, nigga.
Wait, this
same
girl
day.
from the dating app.
scared her, bro.
Same day, dog. I was like, oh my, like what the fuck is
She
going on?
probably didn't think you were serious about that shit. Like,
No, like we
scared her.
talked about it. We talked about it ahead of time. Even that's what was so shocking to me is like, we talked about it for a while, and we texted about it. But she was right. She did say she didn't. We didn't text about it like right before. So that just to be fair, because I ain't trying to be unfair. Yeah. To be fair, we didn't text about it. We talked about it. But still, that's real cold, nigga.
That's cold. That's cold. That's a cold bitch.
I don't know,
She's
man.
a cold bitch. I don't want to say she's a cold
lie.
bitch. She has the ability to be a cold bitch.
Well, you know her.
Yeah, that's on
Yes.
the
I don't know
fence.
her.
That's cold, nigga.
That's cold.
I don't give a fuck who
That's
you are.
cold.
That's cold. She has the ability to be heartless.
I don't know, man.
I don't want to say heartless.
she does.
She can it's like she can be goal oriented, and then she just doesn't give a fuck if it's not a goal. That's my perception of the person I was with.
Peter,
Because
I
that's
hear
fucked
you,
up.
but-
it's let me tell you, if I imagine her when I was ring shopping, she was like, I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to do this
Right.
shit. I don't.
And that's how I feel.
Cool. That's cool. But have some kind of
Jesus fucking Christ.
some mercy.
Can you break up the next fucking day, a week later, nigga?
Let me take you home.
God damn.
I appreciate
You know
what
what
she
I'm saying?
did,
Let
though.
me take you home first. Don't
Jesus
take
Christ.
me to Starbucks
And then like that's something that can never go away. That it happened. It's not
Yeah.
like the words and shit. You don't want to say things to people because nigga, that's something that just that's a story forever.
But
it
now it's
happened.
a funny story.
It's a funny story now.
It wasn't funny to you
but
at
it
the
hurt
time.
at the time. But
Yeah,
now I
yeah.
can talk about it
because you
in
got somebody
hindsight.
better. Right.
But she was
Yeah.
probably fighting with that idea for the longest. And when you finally took her for the rings, it's like it really set in. Like, yo, I got to get rid of this nigga. Like,
But
now
not-
he is
God
tripping.
damn, right
Like,
now?
but
Not right now.
She probably think, no, I feel on there. Like,
Damn.
this nigga is tripping. Like, we here in the mall looking at rings. I gotta let this nigga go right now because this shit ain't going no further.
I gotta agree with Tom.
I gotta make this decision right
I'd
now.
have been like,
Cause yeah, it seemed kind of crazy after 4 months. Then if you're looking for
Bro.
rings, she like, oh,
After-
this nigga
but
crazy.
then
Hey,
when
Julius?
y'all
No,
was
but we were talking the whole time. It's not like it was no surprise or anything.
No, true, but she probably was just like, oh, whatever. Or maybe she just didn't know you were that.
but she was
that
trying
serious.
on the rings.
Yeah, she was looking
See?
at
What she doing in
rings.
the ring?
She was looking at
Because she
rings.
gotta
To not
She was
have
saying
that,
what she
right? To not have that
like
conversation.
when you were talking about, you said like your wife, you got the ring and she has to accept it. I wanted to make sure I get a ring that she wants to
Right.
wear.
But I knew 100% I was gonna get a yes.
Yeah, I had
right.
already received confirmation.
Yeah, but you didn't know what ring
we
she
were
wanted.
talking
I don't
about
fuck with it.
this.
It's what I wanted. You know that.
Yeah,
Oh.
but
Yeah, so it's not like I just did this, out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
all right. So let me make a distinction right quick. Was she saying yes, I would marry you like in the future, or yes, if you ask me today, right now?
She said today, right now. Even if I had asked her on that day, she said yes, I'll marry you. Why? Are you surprised? Of course, I'd marry you.
Oh, she's a liar.
That's what she said.
She's a
Evil.
liar.
She's cool.
Yeah, so I'm like,
You are a witch.
and it was only
liar.
like the month after she said that is when we went ring shopping.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was asking her what changed from last month. I said, did you mean what you said last month?
That's a good question.
She said, yes, I meant it. And I kept saying, so what happened?
How do we get here?
Is there another nigga?
Right.
Is somebody in your DMs?
Right.
Are you attracted to someone? Is like what's
going on?
How the fuck do you change that quickly?
Yeah.
What happened from last month to
You
this
asked her
month?
this or you thought
I
this?
asked her
Okay.
What did
multiple
she say?
times.
What did she say?
She never had an
no
answer.
Oh, she lied. That's
Probably
why.
cold.
She lied.
She's like she doesn't know. I'm like, how the fuck? Like there has to be a reason. And even like within a month later, she was already with another dude in another relationship.
Oh, that-
She been cheating on you then, bro.
The bitch evil.
Yeah, I'm like,
I think you just. She had somebody else the whole time.
yeah, I don't know. She
It just went too
she
far.
said she didn't.
But she.
I don't know if
Clearly,
she's lying
evidence.
or not.
I mean, but regardless, right now you got somebody better. So
I
shout
want
out to whoever is currently in your life.
And if we find that witch,
I know.
That's funny.
That's great.
We will
That's-
stone
And
you.
what's funny is they both do Geminis.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does that matter to you?
I think like I think like the Gemini compatibility with me as an Aries is really high.
Okay.
So like sexual compatibility and all this compatibility, like the sex was good with her. The sex is really good with the person I'm with now. And I was just like, because the person I'm with now really symbolizes Gemini to me. She's
Explain a Gemini. Like, I have no idea what that
so
is.
Geminis, they can be agreeable. Like as an Aries, I'm very passionate and I go in a direction. Geminis, they can be like their symbol is actually two faces, two masks.
Okay, so
face
two-faced?
to- yeah, two-faced. They're two masks. They are always in their heads. They're always thinking. Sometimes they're unsure.
Okay.
They're very indecisive. They
Okay.
can be indecisive.
Okay.
So, and me, I can be like driven, passionate. I can go in a direction. I can be a whatever, leader, all that shit.
That
So,
explains the breakup.
Right.
though.
She's indecisive.
yeah, like
Yeah.
The second face.
I don't know.
You
The
got
other
the second
face-
face.
I don't know.
The other face came out quick.
she has the ability to
Ron.
be fully engaged and to be
Yeah.
out of it. I guess I don't know.
What months are the Gemini?
They're both in June.
Do you know the dates?
I don't know the dates. I can look it up, but they're in June. I'm Aries. I'm in April.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know.
Aries. I'm in March.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, you're
about
the
all
late,
Yeah, the late,
the early end or whatever.
No, the late end of March because you're early.
April.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you're dating, you look for a specific horoscope to date, or
I haven't looked for. I've noticed some of the people I was with. Like one of my exes, we actually had a really good relationship when it was there. She was a Pisces. So
they say that's the worst sign.
worst.
Yeah, that I've always heard that Pisces because that's the fish.
Yeah, it's the fish.
I always heard that's the worst one.
Why do they say it's the worst?
That's why she asked. You know what I mean? I can't really tell you. Like, but I've always heard that Pisces is the worst.
Nah, I know some cool Pisces. Like one of my coworkers.
What month is that? You know?
I think she was in May. Is that her birthday? I don't remember. March 12th, I think, was her birthday. Something like
right
that.
Before me, yeah, you remember.
Yeah, so like Pisces are very passionate. She's very passionate. She's very empathetic. She feels deeply. And yeah, she feels deeply.
Oh my God.
And I don't like that version of me back then when I was in the army and on deployment and shit. I was not fucking feeling deeply.
Gotcha.
And sometimes, some things I said hurt her because she really feels deeply. She literally can walk in a room, not talk to people, and understand how they're feeling. That's how some Pisces are. And now she's in ministry she's becoming a minister. But like
Minister of the gospel?
Of the gospel, yeah. She went to divinity school.
Oh, no, not as a Pisces. No,
oh, that's funny.
My pastor can't have a horoscope.
What do you mean?
No,
yeah, the devil.
I mean, it's just his makeup. It's
the devil.
It's the devil. That's funny.
Well, hey man, appreciate the update, dog, and congrats to you on the new relationship,
girlfriend.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it basically is. There's no title like this. The other one, I was trying to put a title on it. And then look at that shit.
There you go. Leave that one.
More than
Get
put
that
a
one.
title.
Yeah, fuck titles,
Concentrate
nigga.
on the one that's in front of us.
Titles don't mean shit.
He was trying to
when y'all broke up, how long did you wait to get into another relationship then? I mean, whatever you have now.
I was still hurting basically, and I needed some therapy. And it's important to take care of your mental health, and I believe in taking care of my mental health.
For sure.
All right.
So I talked to a lot of people. I was talking. Sometimes when I couldn't have an appointment, I would just call the VA crisis line since I'm a veteran, and I'll just.
It's free.
It's free. I can talk as much as I want. I'll tell them I don't really need you guys to say shit. I just need to talk. If y'all want to say something, that's fine. But I know you're not a professional. I just need to get shit off my chest.
Right.
Shit,
okay. I might call it.
I might call it.
That's like a PIN number or something. Or what do y'all have to?
Man, this is Peter again.
That's funny.
Goddamn.
Hey, I'm still struggling.
It's the third time today.
Yeah, nigga, if I'm on a fucking, if I was just driving somewhere, I don't give a fuck. I call the VA crisis line and I'll just talk to them because I needed someone to talk to. I talked to a professional. And one of the things that was really fucked up to me is we had been in agreements that we wanted to be with each other. Like that shit was clear.
We're talking about the ex again.
Yeah. So it was like, when I was like, would you like to, first I was like, who did you talk to? Like, how did you come to this decision? Did you get advice from anyone? It's like, no. I know she doesn't really have friends. She didn't talk to her parents. She said she didn't talk to her parents. It's like, that's just random. And I'm like, what about like, let's talk to a minister, or let's go to, some people, if there are problems in relationships, they get advice, counselors or something. She didn't want to do nothing.
This was all in Starbucks.
Not all of it was at Starbucks.
And the days after.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you got to ask her which one are you talking to.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Which face? What you been up to, Kenneth? It's been a while.
Yeah.
I ain't been up to shit, but working more and.
That's good, nigga. Make that money.
Working that slave shit.
I see that watch, nigga. Yeah, iced out.
It was a gift.
I wish.
Iced out on the podcast. Oh, it was a gift.
Pandemic money. All right.
I wish.
All right. That's good, man. I mean, shit. What's been happening? The most pressing thing lately has been the not pressing, but it's been Chapelle. That's the thing I've been thinking about.
Oh, Chapelle. He's still in the headlines right now.
Oh yeah, I think Netflix, the employees, the trans LGBTQ.
They had that
employees.
tiny protest with like 5 people with all the media as if that shit was a big event.
I mean, but that's still a big deal. You know what I mean? If all the media still came.
Yeah, but they're fucking blowing it up, nigga. They said it was like 10 people who were protesting Dave Chappelle, and then all these media outlets appear and try to make it seem like it's something.
I guess because it's, I think a lot of it too was like how Netflix took a stance like super pro Chapelle, which they really didn't have to, right? They could have just been like, they can't say nothing.
I think they had to for the sake of the employees that were protesting. You gotta kind of, I think they were asking Netflix not to put it out or to take it off.
Oh, okay.
And so they're kind of like, like we just paid this man $40 million, bro. Like,
I'm
fuck your word. I could fire y'all.
Put it out.
We will fire them ones.
Like, they paid him $120 million.
What happened with that situation? There was employees. They fired employees.
No, they were asking Netflix to take the Chappelle's stand up off,
Yeah.
Oh.
and they were pretty much saying no.
I think one person did get fired.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that they said someone stole some documents, right, and leaked it.
And leaked it. Yeah. I mean,
And
fired
she's
him.
black.
what did y'all think about the Chapelle? It's called The Close. If you ain't seen it, the last stand up, episode number 6.
I don't know. Dave was funnier in his earlier stand-ups than me. That one was all right. That nigga's losing his touch.
That's tough.
Strong
Yeah.
take. Yeah.
That is a strong take.
I think this one was pretty much almost like the last one for me. It was. I think he almost talked about the same stuff over and over again. I felt like it was the same transgender conversation. So I don't know. But it was funny when I was there. But I don't know. Looked at it again. I was
You
like,
saw it live.
I seen it live.
Oh, you were there.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So
I agree. I thought it was funny, but I thought the last one was funnier. So for me, what I appreciate about Dave is his wit and his insight. So sometimes I'm interested in listening to what he has to say, even when it's not funny. So I enjoyed it. But if just strictly on the funny scale, it wasn't that high.
It wasn't that. Yeah, no, I agree with that too. But not only that, I didn't think it was as bad as maybe Peter thought. But
It was trash.
trash is strong.
Okay.
It wasn't that
Trash.
good. It had good moments. Nigga killing them softly. I still got lines from
that's
killing
from,
them
like,
softly,
It's
nigga.
like 04.
What lines do you have from this special?
with this one?
Oh wait, no, I got one.
I mean, Space Jews was one.
The one where he was like, say, put me ahead of the women's movement or something like that.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
only
Oh,
asked
yeah,
y'all
that
for
was
one
funny.
thing.
That was a funny one.
That was funny.
Yeah, suck my dick.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Even
I was crying.
even
laughing on
Clifford,
that
the
part.
big red nigga, that was
That
cool.
was
Like
funny.
the thing I don't like, but one issue that I think I have with Chappelle now is he's so big. Even in the show, he calls himself the GOAT. He says
Yeah,
that
right,
in
he
there,
does say that.
and I think
You don't
now,
like that? You want to be humble?
not humble, but I think it's like any kind of entertainer. As soon as you get this big, like, I don't know if you're good anymore. Like, he said a joke in there where he was like, oh, the gay community, please don't abort the baby. And everybody was laughing. I'm like, that's not funny at all.
Yeah, that's not funny.
What the fuck?
But you didn't understand it? He was...
No, I
Yeah,
understand.
we
I
get
understand
it.
the context of the joke, and that he said that, and the audience was like, "All right, let's laugh."
Oh.
And I was like,
I told you that nigga was funnier and killing them softly.
"Nah, man, that was a different day." It was like, I just feel like, I don't know if I think Dave now wants to. He's almost like a political figure now, like
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
making
I
like,
see.
you know what I'm saying, like.
How many political statements instead of just being
Like
jokes?
you making highlights and you making like news headlines, and that to me is almost taking precedence over his jokes. I don't know how many, like the first 15, 20 minutes was funny. He was like, he had COVID and black people beating up Chinese people was happening in his body. Like, that's funny as hell.
That's funny.
Like, that's funny
Yeah,
as
that's
fuck.
funny.
And then it's like the transgenders again, like the
Political
fifth time in a
yeah,
row.
he's been doing the
You know what I'm saying?
LGBTQ
Like, yo, what's
and
up,
his...
bro? And then, remember before this, he did the episode about, the little movie about George Floyd.
Right.
Then he did one how Netflix had the Comedy Central show.
Right.
Like,
right.
please take it down. And then they took it
Right.
down. And then they did another one how he got it back. And then it's like, nigga, what is this?
Yeah, get back to the funny.
Oh, when
Yeah, get
when
back
he was
to the
like,
funny.
they had his thing up without paying him his money.
Right.
Like, please don't watch
Right.
it. And then, okay. And then he got it back. They paid him. And then he did another special. I'm like, nigga, what the hell?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I think a lot of people feel that way about a lot of different topics where it's like, okay, in this space right here, I only came to you for what you are.
Right.
And you are a comedian. And I get it. You have a voice to voice whatever social commentary or political commentary you want. But at the end of the day, bro, be funny.
Be
man.
funny, bro. And he is funny. Because the shit is funny. It has his funny moments.
He's funny. He's just not as funny as he used to be.
He's no Kevin Hart.
He's no Kevin Hart.
He's
That's
not,
what you
he's
think?
better, 100%.
I think Dave's better than Kevin.
Of course.
For sure.
I'm fucking with you.
I don't think anybody's on his level right now.
But you want to know what's funny? I think Kevin Hart has more classic comedy specials than Dave.
I didn't like Kevin Hart's last 5. So
Last
Yeah. No, he might be right. It might be
this is
5.
trash.
It might be 5. I'm not gonna
Damn.
Some
lie.
shit he did in his own house. The
That
one he
shit,
did
that
in
was
England.
Garbage.
Yeah, all that shit was garbage, dog.
I'm so,
Basura.
and I'll be in there group chat defending this nigga, but when that shit came out,
No, that was
God
trash.
damn, that was bad.
Like, we know
I
your
remember the
kids
name.
already,
I'm
bro.
trying
It's
to find the
okay.
name.
But Kevin, he does a lot. Like, he's doing acting. He does his Cold as Balls.
Yeah, that's funny.
The interviews.
That shit is funny. And that
Yeah,
show on
you haven't
Peacock,
seen Cold as Balls?
No.
That's- it's
the ice
when
bath
they-
When
shit?
he
yeah,
interviews
yeah.
athletes.
Yeah,
That shit
yeah,
is
yeah.
funny.
I
That
did
should
not
be
know the
struggling,
name.
dog.
Who be struggling?
That fucking shit that I cold as ball. It struggles a little bit.
The
I really like
production is sometimes it's like overly produced.
Yeah.
Like, let that shit flow a little organically.
Nah,
They be cutting it up and
They running out of jokes, though. That's what it is.
well, these guys, all these
They're not,
famous,
they're not hungry as they used to be. Like,
because they rich. Yeah,
True.
It happens to everyone.
I don't
You
know.
know,
I don't even think it's that. I think at a certain time, what is there to talk about? Like, bro, it's a lot of different things going on in your life, but how much of that is funny?
Like, I feel like we come to comedians for perspective, and he had some good ones. Like when he said, I don't know if it was good when he said the baby killed somebody at Walmart.
I think that was a good one.
But
transgender.
Yeah, he said the baby said something on stage, and y'all want to cancel it.
Yeah,
but then I started thinking like those two don't have nothing to do with each other.
What he was saying is like he kept his career after that. But then when he said something about the trans, they took away his career.
Right, they tried to kill him for trans, but you can kill somebody in Walmart. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, they didn't take away his career
because it was
that.
a self-defense. Like,
yeah, without context. Yeah,
yeah. So I'm saying,
it was a self-defense.
Yeah, those two things
issue.
don't like. The baby said, "Oh, if you ain't gay, you don't suck dick, you don't got AIDS. Put your hand in the sky."
I ain't seen nothing wrong with that.
Oh shit!
He said, "If you don't have AIDS, put your hand in the sky."
He was at a concert, Rolling Loud in Miami. Everybody who don't suck dick, who don't got AIDS, and is not gay, put your hand up.
Why did that offend people?
That's how I feel, Peter.
Well, he said if you don't,
all those go together or they're separate.
If you don't have AIDS, put your hands up.
You know, put your phones and lighters in the sky, or whatever, some shit like that. Like if you don't suck dick and you don't got AIDS,
but that's not.
Oh,
trans people got offended because of that.
No, gay
people got offended because of that.
Yeah, because he's saying gay people are sucking dick, they have AIDS, and whatever else.
I don't know.
So my thing with that is, yo,
how you don't know?
That's funny. But my thing with that is, yo, you're probably already not a fan of the baby anyways. So what difference does that make to you? Like if somebody say something about Nigerians or people from Miami or whatever thing I might fit in, if I'm already not a fan of you, I'm not gonna go out of my way to be like, no, he or she shouldn't be doing whatever he or she is doing. No, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
That's the culture nowadays. Like people have to pay for the things they say, and that's it. No matter if you hear it, if you care about it, nothing.
Trash.
It is. It's cancel culture. That's what it is.
Yeah, stop canceling people.
That is
like you can't have an opinion unless it aligns with mine.
And people too sensitive. Stop being so sensitive.
Let me read you the exact quote. This nigga goes, if you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, and any of them deadly STDs that'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks, put your cell phone light up.
That's dumb.
Audience screams. He also said, fellas, if you ain't suck a nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone light. Keep your cell phone light up. Keep it fucking real.
Yeah.
But why would you take away his career because of that?
Oh, you gotta talk to the gay.
Because
come on,
he said if you're not gay, but I respect you in a sense. Like I fuck with you.
But you take his career because of saying something like that. His career?
And I know, and that's the sad part about it.
Come on, that's fucked up.
Like make him pay a fine or some shit and keep it.
Yeah, like that type of
I
punishment. This
don't know
nigga can't.
But then, and to clarify, he was like, "My gay fans, they take care of themselves. They not the nasty gay niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
They not no junkies on the street."
But he said if you're not sucking dick in the parking lot,
nigga, what?
And anybody can be doing drugs.
He just
and get
made it
fucked
worse.
up.
He made it worse.
He made it worse.
my homie's the clean ones.
Yeah, come on, man.
No,
I got good gay fans.
I didn't see that making it worse. I see it like he's saying you can be responsible or you can be irresponsible.
No, don't even
Sucking
try to
dick in the
clean that
parking
up.
lot is
That's
still
dumb.
responsible.
He's just saying be responsible.
He said they not the nasty gay ones.
Yeah, the irresponsible people. If
No.
he just said irresponsible
He didn't say
instead of
that.
nasty,
No,
You gotta say
no.
that shit.
See, that's
That's not what he's trying to say.
and like I mean,
He's
they
shitting on gay people.
nah, he's shitting on irresponsible gay people.
still not his place to shit on no gay people.
So he should lose his career for talking about irresponsible gay
we don't
people.
agree with that.
I don't agree with that.
That's too much.
You know, that fallout was crazy. He was losing shows.
Yeah, like God.
Left and right. They were talking about taking them off of streaming services.
But he kept on making it worse.
That's true.
I don't follow that shit. I saw him apologizing. Right? Wasn't he apologizing?
No, it took a while.
It took a
Oh, he
long
didn't.
while.
Oh,
It took a while. After like 10 concerts got canceled. Like, all right, nigga, you better say something.
And you see how you said you don't follow it? Yo,
I don't.
I only know a handful of his songs. So whatever he do, unless it blow up in social media, I'm never gonna hear about it. So for the people who be like really butthurt on it, damn, I didn't mean that.
People that's making it a pain in the ass.
shit.
Yeah, no, I'm just like,
You're gonna
yo,
get canceled
I
now.
hope not.
Sucking dick in the parking lot.
But I'm like,
You're
yo,
offending people who have butts.
how's that in your purview? Like, okay,
Yeah.
so, and
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It was like, so for Chapelle to make that comparison, I was like, I almost feel like you're trying to be controversial now. You're trying to like ride the lightning wave and just like, I don't care. You can't cancel me. Blah 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 blah.
no, he was trying to be controversial.
Yeah, but for no.
I don't think he's trying to be
No, he
controversial.
is, 'cause-
When I see something different. He's saying people are too sensitive because he even talks about comedy. He says he doesn't want you to try to limit what jokes comedians can tell. He's a comedian. They just say shit that's funny. It's not like he's trying to offend anyone with his words, but don't tell a comedian he can't say he can make jokes in this category but not that category.
So there shouldn't be a line where a comedian can. They
No,
should be able to talk about everything.
Hell yeah, they're fucking comedians.
No.
Just fucking tell a joke.
So
whatever they find funny.
Because they can tell a joke, they can talk about anything.
Anything, yes. They're
so they can be
comedians.
like retarded babies.
Yes, nigga, people have done retarded jokes.
People
Babies.
have. Yeah.
People have done retarded jokes. What's that comedian's name? That nigga, the
Lil
baby
Daryl,
that
what
flushed
about
down the toilet
the
seat?
abortion?
The abortion jokes?
Who was that? that white
Corey
dude?
Holcomb.
Yeah, Corey Holcomb, that nigga goes in, dude.
He does.
Okay, so here's one. This nigga tweeted 2 days after Kobe Bryant died, a comedian. He was like, Kobe Bryant died 23 years too late. He got away with rape because of the Hollywood
Ari
liberals.
Shaffir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big ups to the hero who forgot to gas up his helicopter. I hate the Lakers.
Ooh.
Have a great day.
Is that appropriate, Peter?
See, but
That's not even funny, though. Was that?
there's no puns in there. There's nothing. There's
Yeah.
no
That's
punchline
fucked
in
up.
there. That's what
and
is
wasn't
that?
that like right after Kobe died?
Right after. Yeah.
There is a pun. He said,
That's
"Kudos to
fucked
the
up.
guy that didn't
Yeah.
gas up
Yeah.
the helicopter."
Yeah.
That's
See,
the
like-
funny line. That's the punchline.
But that's what I'm
That's the
saying.
point, yeah.
To
It's
him,
like-
that's the funny line. Again,
Kudos to
I see
that
what you're
guy.
saying.
is there a line in for comedians?
Isn't kudos like saying congratulations?
That's what he said.
Yeah,
Yes.
like good job, motherfucker, for killing
How
him.
is that? But I don't see. I don't see the humor in that.
But
Same.
is that okay? That's what we're saying.
I
So
mean,
should
some
there be
people
a
do.
line?
Some people find that sick, twisted.
That's
Right.
that's a little fucked up.
Is
That's
death the
fucked
line?
up.
Is death the line?
That's fucked up. That's too. And I think he said that right after Kobe died. Wasn't it the same
So
day?
there is a line.
Maybe not
the same day.
No,
the
no.
next day.
It was on 26. I think Kobe died 22. I think
4 days later.
Close.
Not even a week, nigga.
Close.
What is
exactly.
what is
That's
the time
kinda-
period you gotta wait?
I don't know. Like that's kind of. I know. I was in
Starbucks?
shock when Kobe
All right,
died.
so I feel you. But so to Tony's point, there is
There is a line.
There is a line. There is. Like even right now, I don't even know if any 9/11 joke is funny. There's not a lot of them.
I jump out the window.
I don't know, man. You gotta let
What
people
I'm saying,
be able to tell
like-
jokes, man.
No, but I'm with you. And I think that Chappelle's maybe one of his larger points. Like we're comedians, so but to keep. I feel like when he was like transgenders be punching down on black people, he said that I was like, I actually think you at this point are beating up on the trans. Like you are really. This is
I don't listen-
episode. Special 5 in a row.
Right.
But
with a 45-minute
he's
segment.
talked about everybody in those same specials. Didn't he talk about women? Right.
But not the
He said they
same, though,
sucked
Peter.
at their women's movement, and he could do it
said
better
that.
as a man.
He said that.
That's sexist.
It is, but he didn't.
So why
talk
the gays get? Why did the trans
Is that
getting so
sexist?
offended? Yes, that's sexist.
Because I think I could
You're
do a
saying-
better job
You're
than
saying
you?
you're a woman.
No,
You
that
can't
was
even do your own
sexist. That
fucking
was
movement.
sexist,
You need
bro.
a man to
That was
come
sexist.
run your movement. That's
Okay.
pretty sexist.
That's
I
very
understand.
sexist.
But like he makes fun of the women. He makes fun of Asian people, and he has an Asian wife, right?
True.
He has
Yeah.
a
And he
wife,
makes
that's
fun
right.
of Asian people.
But in the last bit, I think Sticks and Stones, he said, we have to admit that being transgender is objectively funny.
Oh shit, he said that.
He said that.
Wow.
See, that's, see what I'm saying? That's,
But the shit is funny though.
like, that shit is,
Maybe it was the way he said
But
it.
it's
I
not
don't know.
funny. I
that's
don't-
too
I don't agree with
far.
that.
Like, that's not you trying to be free speech or whatever. That's just saying,
Yo.
like, yo, you as a transgender is funny to me.
Right. You in a dress is funny.
Yeah, that's offensive.
And I'm not laughing at trans. I'm laughing at the audacity of him saying that. That's,
Right.
The audacity is funny.
See, that's picking controversy over being funny.
I don't know, man. Let him tell
feel you.
jokes. That's his job, man. Let him do his
That's
job.
tough.
It's tough.
Let him do his job.
When I heard that, my mouth was like, yo,
Yeah,
nigga.
you being wild to be wild.
You know.
But I think he was trying to make a point. I think he
Yeah.
was trying to make a point about how, in his mind, there seems to be this power dynamic with the LGBT, et cetera,
Yeah.
community versus everybody else. And that power dynamic shouldn't exist. And you're because of that power dynamic, you're now trying to limit me, a comedian, or the baby, even though he said some idiotic shit
Yeah.
juxtaposed to he actually killed somebody and nobody cares. And yeah, he may have went and got free under the guise of self-defense, but at the end of the day, how many people who really know that story really think that it was self-defense? You don't know that. Like,
I don't even know the story.
exactly.
so-
We don't
That's
even
true.
know the story because we don't care. Nobody cares.
And I agree with that part. Like, there's an NFL coach. His name is John Gruden, very successful. He had an email leak, and it was like, he said, the black head of players has like nigger lips or some shit like that.
What?
Whatever. So he said something like he has big lips.
But we do.
Damn.
Wow.
We probably do, I guess, compared to others.
That's
But
funny.
so everybody's like, oh, that's messed up. But he didn't lose his job. The next week, he said something like, women shouldn't be cheerleaders. Why we letting these faggots in the league? You know, he says things like that.
Now it's a
And
problem.
now
it's a
he had to
fucking
resign.
problem.
If women
Right.
shouldn't be cheerleaders,
I'm
should
sorry,
they just-
referees. I'm sorry. Not
Oh,
cheerleaders.
referees. I was like, they should all be
Referees.
cooks or something.
Yeah, he was just
Harry
saying
wanna
like we
take
don't
it,
want
just
fuck
women.
it around.
You know, we shouldn't have gay people in the league. Blah blah blah. Boom.
Now that's
But
crossing the line.
Yeah, now that's
the problem.
crossing, and I think that's
what Dave
Chappelle's
That's
point.
Chappelle's point.
I mean, there's some like I don't know if I should take it there.
Take
Yeah,
it
go ahead.
there.
Like,
I know some people had a problem, or maybe some people still have a problem with gay people in the military. I don't have a problem with
Okay.
that shit at all.
That's true.
I don't have a problem with it. Some people had a problem with women on
Joining
the
the
front
Navy.
lines. Like when I was in the infantry, some guys like they don't want women in combat with them. Like when you got to go do the dirty work, some people feel a woman can't do that job, and sometimes that's a little controversial. And I'm like, I don't know, like. I understand the people who feel that way. I understand their position. I don't know. I don't
can you
have
trust
a
in
problem.
a woman to save your life? Pretty much.
If you get hit, can she pick you up and take you out of combat?
That's a question for you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Nah, she can't. She
I
can't. What are you
have no
talking about?
idea.
Of course she can't.
Okay, then she don't need to be there. I guess I don't know.
Oh, no.
If you
I'm
can't
not
do
gonna
the job, then you shouldn't be there. If a woman or man, boy, girl can lift a 100-pound man, cool, stay.
100 nigga. How much?
All
Are you
right,
talking
200.
100 pounds?
If she
nigga?
can lift a
200,
200-pound man,
She
I have-
can't lift a 200-pound.
But if she can, I don't mind
Yeah,
her
if she
being
can.
there.
Yeah,
but
if
if
she
she can't, then she don't have to.
If
She's
she
not equipped to
can.
do the job.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a fair thing to say. Like if that's why we don't have women in the NBA, right? Like
Yeah.
because there's a
a
physical
difference,
difference.
Yeah, it's not.
If she
the
could
same.
lift up a 200-pound man
Then
with the
stay.
equipment on it, yeah, then you good. But
That's a man.
Yeah.
No.
Now, if you're, I mean, you
I
out there.
don't, I don't have a problem with it, but I understand people who have a problem.
Like, they could be snipers,
It's
right?
legitimate.
what about women being like snipers, long range?
I mean, good luck. Good luck.
You're there
I
for
wish
days,
her
right?
the best if she goes for those positions. You know, they're not gonna.
They're not
A lot of special forces, they're not dropping standards just because you're a woman. And one thing I'll say is, like, I went to a co-ed base for basic training, Fort Jackson in South Carolina, one of the few co-ed bases. That's part of the reason I respect women a lot who joined the military, because nigga, I was getting my ass whooped in the Army, and I was in pretty good shape. And if she's getting through this training, I don't have shit to
Deserve
say.
it, right?
She's doing the same shit I'm doing.
Any gay people or trans people during this time you training?
I think the don't ask, don't tell was in
Oh,
effect
yeah,
at that
yeah.
time.
Right.
I never knew if
They banned that
But
now,
then
though, right?
you
Yeah, it's
kind
banned now.
of looked at women
I think-
like even at a lower class with the comment you just said. You said because if she can do it, it's almost like she's a lower class and she's able to do it, and she should be
Well,
able
it's
to
not
stay.
about class.
Yeah, nigga, the training is
mean-
hard. If she's getting through the same shit I'm getting through, I don't give a fuck. She's doing it.
You understand what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you're kind of classifying that she has a harder time than you, and
Yes, she's gonna have a harder time. I'm
Why
not,
is
nigga.
that,
You
then?
acting like she's not. What are you? Are
I'm
you
asking.
stupid?
Hey,
fuck
are
you
you
talking about?
stupid?
But it's real though.
Are you?
No, but you understand what I'm saying?
This fucking
You're
dumbass
almost
argument.
like
You're handicapped.
yeah, and saying if she
Of
can
course
do-
she can't fucking nigga. She can't go into the gym and keep up with
you
me.
are very
you
passionate
stupid?
about it.
you know that shit.
No, but you know
it's
what?
not
No, very
about
real,
here.
like-
Hey, but for real, to Peter's point, just keeping it a buck. We went from saying that they're not playing in the NBA to now he's talking about competing with him in this training, and now you're acting like, wow, why couldn't she compete? Well, why couldn't she be in the NBA? It would be the same thing.
Because it's not
Yeah.
a team sport. You're not going against another man, are you? In those
What?
things, you're training by yourself in a sense, right?
Not well, kind of. It's
Right.
not.
It's like
not
everybody
solo
do it
training.
together.
It's
Everybody's
not.
doing it together. You're not going to say, "Hey, Echo Company against the Bravo Company and fight." You know what I mean? Then that's a
Right.
I
disadvantage.
mean, there's hand-to-hand combat.
But
But it's like you're just competing to a finish.
right, just to finish.
It's not like a race.
There are races.
Well,
I'm fucking with you.
Okay.
I
that's what we're
understand
saying.
you're
Like, so she's not going against another athlete who's
Right.
6'6", 300
Right.
pounds.
I
That's
mean,
what
in
against
hand-to-hand
LeBron.
combat training, she is.
And
She's
I
gonna-
understand.
You're not beating me in hand-to-hand combat. Shit, I ain't losing that fight. I think I lost like 2 fights in basic training, and those 2 fights, like that shit fucked with my head, because like those could be the day. It was like 2 out of 10 or 2 out of 11.
Those
Because
could be the day. Yeah.
Those could be the day you die in combat if you lose. So
Right.
you gotta
And
be able
damn
to
sure
take.
gonna lose to a woman.
I'm not losing to a woman.
Are the women?
I don't give a fuck if that sounds sexist. I'm not losing to a woman.
Are the women in hand-to-hand contact going against men?
Yeah, they'll put them against men or women.
Oh, really?
It's
Oh,
not
that's-
just. I mean,
This is
in
number 1
basic,
and number 6. Let's go.
Yeah, I had
Oh,
it.
shit.
Nigga,
That's what's up.
They just have you fight you, and like I remember some of them. I remember once this dude I had to do. They had me fight. This nigga was so big. I took a picture of his back just so I could show people. what I got back.
How about who whipped my
Yeah,
ass?
nah, he ain't whip my ass. But like he was a personal trainer in his private life, and like we went. I think I popped my shoulder in that fight. But then
he beat your ass.
Nah, I started cheating, nigga. I don't give a fuck.
Started biting him.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, nigga. Hey, I don't want to lose. I didn't bite his dick. I don't know if I put sand in the eye. I did something kind of cheating a little because I don't see rules, nigga. Once I'm losing, I can't lose this fight.
Because in the real, I mean not real world, but in the battlefield, it's like
and then he got upset, and then I think it was like a draw. And then after I fought him, his best friend challenged me to a fight right afterward. And that nigga's big and strong too. No, I just held him as hard as I could, but it was kind of like people in my unit started to be offended. People in my platoon are like, are they picking on Sergeant AG? Are they picking on Peter or whatever?
Right.
Because like now it's two people back to back.
Right.
That's not what normally happens. Are they trying to pick on him or something? But like I can't.
I mean, you did cheat though.
I don't give a fuck, nigga.
you gotta do what you
At
gotta
that
do.
point, I'm not losing. I'm not losing.
Did any women help you?
No, no women help you. It's just me and him in the middle, and then the whole company's looking like that's gonna be embarrassing, man.
Yeah. I feel you. I mean, all right. I mean, and I think with that, like, I guess back to Chapelle, it was just like I even got there, but his whole thing that I guess I have an issue with is like he's gonna double down and triple down, and if you say something, I'm gonna pick at you more.
That sounds like the president when you say double down and triple down.
But I'm saying,
are you calling Dave Chappelle a sociopath?
No.
Oh,
not at all.
Because I know Donald is. But go ahead.
He's not the president anymore.
Or the former president.
Yeah. But the point I was gonna make, it was like I have this same issue with Boosie, for example, with the Lil Nas X kid. It's like
True.
I understand you don't like anything Gabe. You don't want nothing about it, but just let it go. Like, let it go.
Or why do you have to be the mouthpiece for something that doesn't even really exist? Like, so what? Lil Nas X is doing whatever he's doing. Why do you have to be the person to be like, kill yourself? Like, why do you have to be the person to?
Why you had to be Martin Luther King of the straight community
yeah.
to kill this
We didn't
guy.
ask you for that.
And nobody cares but you, bro. Like, for real.
And you go so hard and so disrespectful to tell somebody to kill themselves.
Yeah,
like
that's too much, man.
That is too much.
I know you was raised a certain way. You say it's bad for your kids, or everybody say it's always bad for the kids.
But he can control himself. Did you see his interview with Mike Tyson on Mike Tyson podcast?
Oh, Boosie.
Lil Boosie. That nigga was straight.
Yeah, exactly.
He wasn't flipping to Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
He ain't disrespect Mike Tyson.
Because Mike Tyson even said, like, I feel like you are gay.
Yeah, Mike was calling that nigga out. He wasn't being rude to Mike.
Didn't say nothing at all.
So it shows, in the right context, he's not stupid.
true.
He's not.
Right.
He's
not against Mike. Well, Mike 50 now.
Hey,
that nigga moving, bro.
He losing. But I think with that though, so bringing it back to something that we were talking about like the line on funny.
Yeah.
So sometimes a comment doesn't sound like a joke. Like Ari Shaffir's comments don't sound like a joke. Boosie's comments don't sound like a joke. But in the conversation we've had, we've said a bunch of shit. Some of it sounds like a joke, even if they're offensive. You know what I mean? And it's just like, Boosie, bro, now you're speaking what seems to be your truth, and it's like, bro, nah, that's not cool. But if Dave is making a trans joke, whether I think it's funny or not, something about it feels like a joke. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where I'm like, bro, it seemed like it's obviously a joke.
Right, that Dave doesn't have like any malicious intent
There's
behind
no malice behind it.
Don't take it out of context. Don't take it and blow it up and pick the parts you want to get mad at. And
Exactly.
Hold him to the joke. It's
Hold
a
him
joke.
just to the joke.
I never saw a Dave Chappelle joke that was like so offensive. I don't know why people are. All right, look, I'm not trans. I don't know the pressure that they're under. I don't know what they face. I have no clue. But I've never seen a Dave Chappelle joke that people should be so offended by.
I mean, I guess you can take it like, let's think back in the 1960s and 30s or whatever. And white people used to dress up in blackface. That was a joke. Should we hold that thing to just a joke?
That's what I was going to say.
In this standard today, you got politicians losing
back
office because
it's the same thing like back in the day. Like, just we should have held them to just being a joke, blackface. And because we were picked on, we were scrutinized and everything, segregation and all that. So I understand their strife a little bit. Then we put it like that. You know what I mean?
I think when you compare it to that, I think the difference is you are the oppressor. Like, there's no ands, ifs, or buts. You are the oppressor. If somebody's beating you up for real and then making jokes about you, that's insulting.
Okay. But what if somebody was, I'm trying to think of who's probably the most famous white comedian? Maybe like
Harley, right? The fat guy, whatever his name is.
Bill Burr?
Bill Burr, I'm trying to think
someone
else
funnier than him.
Not funny, but just somebody like, because Bill Burr, his wife is black, so that's not a good example. Just maybe like somebody who's like maybe Chappelle-esque, or maybe what's his wife?
Joe Rogan.
Let's say Joe Rogan had like 5 specials.
He's popular, but he ain't that funny. If you
Or
watch
maybe
his
popular.
specials.
Sorry, popular. I mean,
He's popular though, but he ain't funny.
Say Joe Rogan had like 5 specials about, and it was all black jokes.
You don't think that's his?
I saw some fucking lady on The View called Joe Rogan racist.
No, he's not racist.
What the fuck?
But
This
say
bitch
like,
is stupid.
say Joe Rogan had like 5
And she's
specials.
black. She's dumb. I said, did you ever watch it?
Sexist.
Whoopi Goldberg? No, not Whoopi. It's the lawyer, the black lawyer woman.
No, he's not. He's not racist.
I'm like,
Yeah, I don't
bitch,
think
why
he's
you
racist.
keep saying that shit?
But
Because she keeps saying that shit.
Imagine if he had like a special, or him or anyone had a special about black people. I know I'm not gonna take that shit like, you know what I'm saying? I know
Right.
I'm gonna comment. I'm gonna be like, hell no, cancel this person.
See, I
You know what
wouldn't
I'm
do
saying?
that. I wouldn't say
At a
cancel
certain
him.
point,
It
though,
depends. If
like,
it's 5 in a row,
I wouldn't say
You would say
him.
cancel Joe Rogan because
not
of
Joe Rogan,
five
but forget the person.
race jokes?
No, 5 specials about black people.
save Joe Rogan.
Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't cancel
How
him.
sensitive are you?
No, it's not about sensitivity. It just feels like at a point like, nigga, enough.
That's your mo.
Yeah,
at this
like,
point,
nigga, this is all you have.
You can't say you're not against black people.
Yeah.
You keep saying the same shit. We keep telling you don't do the shit.
Right.
But I
We-
just-
But you don't tell that nigga what to do. It's his fucking jokes.
And that's
you don't
fine.
tell me
But
what to
we're gonna
fucking
label
write.
you as a racist. though.
that's what exactly. That's where the
All
trans
right,
people coming
but
from.
Joe Rogan's not racist.
No, but
Skip
no,
Joe
no,
Rogan.
yeah.
That lady is
Take
stupid.
it
Forget Joe Rogan. But that's where the trans people coming from. It's like, all right, first time, all right, second time, third time,
fourth
nigga,
time.
enough.
Goddamn.
No, I'm gonna do another one. What?
And destroy y'all for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Look, niggas, some people just too sensitive. I'm sorry.
Nah, dog.
They're too sensitive.
So I mean, there's 2 ways. I think there's 2. I look at it 2 ways rather. So with Dave Chappelle specifically, at some point in time, he actually says what his actual issues are,
Yeah.
and so and he says in the special, yeah, they're gonna take it out of context. They're not gonna actually listen to what I'm saying, and then that's what's been the blowback. People not actually listening to what he's actually talking about.
Just because you say that don't mean that's what the
Nope,
fuck.
that's
what the
true.
fuck does that mean
That's
to
true,
me?
too.
But then now we can have an argument. Or you're just talking about your feelings. If we're just talking about your feelings, then that's just your feelings. But are we talking about what actually happened? I personally have a problem with you saying something is a fact, and then when we go to check you on that fact, it's nothing but your feelings. Those are 2 totally different things. Did I actually say that? You can't tell me how I feel. I'm telling you that's not how I feel. But now you trying to tell him that's how he feel. So he should be canceled because you think he feels some way, and he's telling you, he's giving you points. This is why
I see
I
what
don't.
you're saying.
Yeah, but I mean, still, no, that's not good enough. Just because you say something I find offensive, you're like, yeah, but I didn't mean it that way, nigga.
And then you do it again.
Yeah, and you
then
did it again and again.
And then
I'm like,
again.
So what,
It's
nigga?
even like what
You gotta toughen up.
like Bill Maher says some shit like when Simone Biles, a gymnast, didn't want to compete in the Olympics.
He didn't
And
like
said,
that?
Yeah, he didn't like. He said some shit like something along the lines of like lazy black girl, something along those lines.
Bill.
So people were saying like, yo, that's racist. He was like, no, I'm just saying like she's lazy because
a
she don't
black
want to
girl.
compete.
Well,
she black.
She
describing
she
her
was
as
talking
black.
about a mental health issue.
Mental health.
at
He was
that
saying that's
time.
bullshit. Fuck that. She just lazy, out of shape, whatever.
Lazy. That bitch. How many medals do you
got-
have, Bill
Not
Maher?
that-
You said Bill Maher?
I think
Bill
it was
Maher?
Maher.
The-
Bill Maher. But
Showtime.
no,
Real
HBO.
Time with Bill
Yeah,
Maher?
yes.
I
But
like that nigga.
His point was like, I'm not y'all. He said the same thing you said. Y'all too sensitive. I'm just saying she just out of shape. She lazy. She didn't want to compete.
But
You
that
see what
could
I'm
be
saying?
true.
So that could be true. Sure,
That
sure,
could be true.
sure. Chappelle could be like, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just making jokes. But it's like, nigga, we said, nah, it's offensive. It's offensive. Part 3, it's offensive. It's offensive.
Who gives a fuck? It's his. He's a comedian.
We give a fuck
We give a
because we
fuck.
trans,
But
nigga.
who? Sorry that you're trans. What do you want him to do? He's a comedian. You're trans. I'm a comedian. You do you. I'ma do me.
But I don't think it's about that. I think it's just the context of it, like the context of what he's talking about.
Right.
The actual things he's talking about. It shouldn't be a blanket. You're talking about me, therefore you shouldn't. You should be canceled because you're talking about me. You got to be in context. Even with what you said about somebody making a whole bunch of black jokes. To me, it's in context. It's what are you actually saying? How did you actually say it?
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, hey man, look, what you said, bro. This right here, we could pick it apart.
Right.
And that's my thing. Pick it like let's pick it apart. Like I've read a
Be
couple
logical.
articles. I've read a couple articles about like what's people's problems with it, and in the couple that I've read, I'm like, well, I didn't see an actual problem. You just said he talked about trans people, he's transphobic.
But
and-
even Dave in his special, he said his trans friend would have enjoyed the trans
True.
joke he did.
True.
So if she's not even or she's deceased now, but if she would have enjoyed the joke, why are you getting so offended about the joke about her?
Because she know you. Or maybe, I don't know. That's a good point. I mean, and he said, like, I guess his overall arcing message was like, black people don't have the same same afforded rights maybe as
and I know
everybody
there's
else.
gonna be some. I guarantee there's
Right.
people who disagree with that
For
statement.
sure. But I mean, I guess like for example, we discussed offline how like some of the education movement now is wants to shift like critical race theory into as a part of curriculum.
Yeah.
And
Right, they want to take it out. Yeah.
they want to take it out, I guess.
Or
Yeah.
not allow it. Some
Or
people
not
say
allow it.
not
So,
even allowed.
and which is like to his point, it's like, damn, how we can't teach. It's not even just like black version. This is what happened.
History.
This is history that happened. Why we can't teach that? So maybe that's what he's saying. What do y'all think about the critical race?
I actually had
debates?
I had a text conversation with one of my colleagues from law school, and he's white.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah, he's a white gentleman, and I always talk to everybody in law school. I don't give a fuck who you are. So I was asking him what he thinks about critical race theory, and he was like, people just gotta accept it. And I was like, who gotta accept what? Because I know a lot of black people, they're not just gonna accept this version of America.
Right.
So, he said people gotta accept critical race theory.
He said it's not because he disagrees with critical race theory. He said he disagrees with these 8 tenets or whatever the fuck. I was like, I don't even know if there's 8. I thought it was 5, but whatever the number, he disagrees. And he said black people, kind of paraphrasing, need to just be more accepting. And I'm like, when people are complaining about being shot in the street unlawfully, there's no acceptance here. But that's different from critical race theory. People, I mean, I don't see a problem with it, but I have looked at people. I've consumed news from people who have a problem with it. There's some people who just don't want. They think that their argument is that it's going to make a little white child feel bad because we're teaching the bullshit that older white people did in history. And I don't give a fuck. Go feel bad, little kid. Because like, if it was a black kid feeling sad, y'all don't give a fuck.
So you was about to say something.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, so this is my thing about critical race theory. One, I would ask, at what level are we talking about having that be taught? And then two, actually having a definition of what critical race theory is. Because
there's no real definition. It's a theory. There's no real definition.
So every time I've read up about it or heard people talking about it, it seems like it is what you just said. It's a philosophical idea. So when you have a philosophical idea, it's not what you said earlier. It's not history. You know what I mean? So it's because
it is history. It's history it's showing history with how institutions have affected black people in history.
But the problem
it is history. It's historical.
The problem
it's
is
something that
it's
happened in the
taking
past.
An analysis of history. So you're saying, these
but look,
things happened.
Look, in history books.
hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
You're saying these things happened, and now here's why. Here's the mentality of it. There's a whole bunch of constructs that come in, a whole bunch of ideas that come in, and then now you're saying we should take these things to be fact. But at the same time, it's still a philosophical idea based off of an analysis of history. It is not history. It's not saying critical race theory is not taking over what we learned as black history. You know what I mean? It's not saying, okay, Rosa Parks did whatever in 19 such and such. Martin Luther King was assassinated in such and such. No, it's saying, okay, let's have an analysis of these events. And so that's the issue with critical race theory. Now, before y'all go, I'm not saying I'm against critical race theory. I think that's a great idea because I'm all for discussing ideas and philosophy, and I think we should have that in education. I don't know if I would put it in middle school, though. I don't know if I would put that in high school, though.
It's just knowledge. To me, when you're saying let's not teach something in a school, that is stupid.
No,
it's just education.
But you got to be specific. You can't say don't teach something in a school because there's elementary school, there's middle school, there's high school.
It's basically teaching more about what happened to black people in this society.
I'd say implement it. That's a good point. Like, when do you introduce it? Maybe 11th grade.
Introduce slavery.
11th?
Critical race theory.
11th grade?
The whole. No, Black history. Yes.
11th.
Martin Luther King. You learned that in
elementary.
Wait, 11th grade? Are you crazy?
critical race theory. Like you said, the analysis of all the things you learn about black people and Thurgood Marshall and them. Like, let's put it into context.
In 11th grade.
11th grade.
Because I think
why
that's the
wait
point.
so
That's
long?
when you can actually critically think and give feedback.
Well, why don't we wait till 11th grade to teach white history?
But because it's not history. That's the thing.
That's history.
That,
Why the fuck are we waiting until 11th grade?
We're talking about the analysis of it.
Well, all right, then analysis of white history from the 11th grade. How about that?
We don't have that though.
Because it's just the culture. That's
No.
just the culture. Is white culture.
No, you're missing the entire point.
How the fuck am I missing the point?
We're talking about the analysis and criticisms of the history you've been learning from elementary through 10th grade.
So you're saying teach it objectively from
From
elementary
then,
school.
Martin
to
Luther
whatever.
King did this,
So,
and these niggas
right.
used black people as a slave, and then
But
Jim
to
Crow.
say slavery is bad because this.
Like 11th grade, you could start talking about like redlining, gentrification, like the effects, how it affects us today.
Some
like, you know what I'm
parents
saying?
were, from what I saw
Yeah.
on YouTube videos, there's some parents in white cities where they're protesting the city council. It's not that the policies are in their school; they're protesting to not even bring it. They're making a big fuss saying, "Don't even bring it here. It's not even in the school districts." That is like, some people are going out of their way to make it more than it is.
That's how they feel.
Yeah, some people they're being
To
a lot.
To some people, they believe that critical race theory just says white people are evil.
Well, that
Right.
is what it actually said in one children's book that was on Fox
see.
News, and that I thought was that's a lot.
That's too far.
That was in a children's book in elementary school. It literally said white people are devils, and then they had like a picture next to
What's
it.
the problem?
That's too far.
I thought that
imagine
might
if
be
you-
a lot for elementary school.
Imagine if you
That's
live-
a lot.
But is that wait?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, imagine if you live in an all-white town, and that's a book you're reading in 3rd grade. You'd be like, damn, so everybody in this class is evil? You know what I'm saying? So you probably won't meet a black person until probably college. If you live in
Technically, you don't
Idaho.
have any friends at all until
Yeah.
you meet a black person. Then
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Or what about if you are the black person in an all-white school, or just being a black person at 3rd grade, and that's what you're learning.
Yeah.
And so now you have this perception of white people. How are you now to socialize with white people?
right, that's kind of like us. Like,
But it is teaching history though.
Well, I
But
grew
saying
up in
white
a,
people
There were a lot of
devils-
white devils in history.
Right, but
I
like-
don't give a fuck if people want to lie about it.
so Carol City was an all black school for the most part.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's like me being taught all white people are devils, and I get to UF. And it's all white people. What the fuck do I do now?
Now you're like,
now
You better
I'm
go to HBCU, nigga.
exactly.
Take your ass to fam.
So
That's true.
you can't. I mean, in my opinion, just that line right there, you shouldn't have that in the curriculum.
Yeah.
That was kind of harsh, and that was a children's book, so I can understand like parents being upset about that.
For sure, man. I mean, and exactly. Like, that's why I say maybe 11th grade too specific, but
Nah,
just
not
later
11.
on in their development. Like,
High
let's
school.
get
I think
that
high
to
school's
go.
the time where you can start talking about the effects because
Yeah.
that's when you start noticing more, especially in the 9th grade. I think what is like 12, 13 years old. You start understanding what your parents went through as black people. You start
Right.
seeing things. You know what I mean? Your neighborhood. Why is this way? Why we don't have pools in our neighborhood? You know what I mean? Why we don't have a golf team or whatever. It's
But
like
before we even do that, I think we just need to get a
curriculum or something.
a more comprehensive definition of what critical race theory actually is.
That's gonna be difficult. It could be difficult.
Yeah, it
And
could be.
that doesn't mean because it's difficult we don't take the endeavor.
But why is it so important for you to like try to define critical race theory before moving
Because
forward?
what it is to you, what it is to him, what it is to him, and what it is to me are completely different things.
Because it can't
Alright.
be.
And then it's
white
not objective.
White people are evil. Like, that can't be a part of its definition. You know what I mean? Like, because that's already problematic.
But
You know what I'm
maybe,
saying?
but maybe it could be. But maybe
Nah,
it could be. But
any
then
analysis that says every white person is evil or the devil, I mean, that's not.
but then that's not
It's a
history.
generalization.
Yeah, that's
really.
not even
But
history.
then that's not history.
Now we're just like, liberal arts and, you know what I mean?
There
Like,
was a point where Malcolm was saying that, and the nation might have said that, the Nation of Islam, and back then calling white people devil to try to protect black people, I think that was important.
And then he changed.
he did
changed his
change.
opinion.
He
That's what I'm
did
saying.
change later.
So that's what I'm. That's,
Well, even when he was saying it and he believed it with conviction,
He was wrong though.
And now we
I
have
don't think
progress.
he was
even
wrong.
according to him,
I mean,
he
yeah,
even said he was wrong.
he was wrong. There are white people you can work with.
Of course.
But what
Yes,
his
there
bigger
is.
point when he used
Yeah.
to make that point, he said, if all these people are here, if I can't see and I don't know which one is helpful and so many people are being evil, you just got to protect yourself.
I feel you.
You don't know who's the good person.
I feel you. Yeah, man.
The devil, like the one you are with.
like
Took
that
you to
one.
Starbucks.
Oh
She's
shit!
the real devil.
Getting back
That's
on the
funny.
first date.
So wrap. And again, we're gonna try this. The last episode we had a shameless response, and so this one we're gonna kind of try Again, I actually had one. If you had one, Peter, I had one too. That someone told me to ask when I told them we were going to talk about Chapelle and Nas X and was like, just to ask yourself or everybody here, how many, if you have, or why don't you have any gay or trans friends?
I did have gay friends. One of them. So why I didn't know she was gay. So I'm not gonna put her name out there, but we were friends all in middle school, high school, whatever. And then one day, chilling at her place, doing homework, and
Well, she gay.
that's funny.
You had sex with a gay person?
And then she told me she's gay, and I was like, "Nah, you lying." She's like, "Yeah, no, I am gay." And I swear to God, I went back and forth with her like for 3 minutes, telling her she's not gay. Like, you're making it up.
What?
Yeah, I thought cause especially how the
why?
conservative ass church we were raised in.
Oh, I understand.
Like, that's evil and all that shit. So I was like, nah, you can't be telling the truth. And then she told me she is, and when I believed her, I started crying. And I was like, that moment changed me. Yeah, I started crying because like I was like,
Gay people are cool.
gay people are cool. Yeah, because it went against all my beliefs growing up. And then from that moment, I was like, I want her to have the same happy, pleasant life that I want to have. I don't want her to have a worse life just because she's a lesbian or gay or whatever. That's something that helped me to get over that bullshit, that very conservative ideology that I was taught in church.
Wow, I did not think we was going there. I guess I was speaking to right now. Why don't you think you have any gay or trans friends? Maybe specifically men too.
Maybe they just haven't come out, and I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Does it change anything if they do? You still like?
No, I don't see why that would matter.
Okay.
What about y'all?
Why don't I have any gay?
Or if you do,
I know some on social media, but not close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have maybe one or two, which is still bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
I really don't even know how to answer this question. Why don't I have more gay friends? I guess I want to say maybe they're scared. I don't know. My thing is like gay people and black men, gay men are somewhat scared to open up to black men in a sense, like because the way we grew up are to chastise gay people or to keep them away. And so I feel like there's like a little space here, a medium there where they're scared to approach. They don't know how we're going to react. You know what I mean? I think that's a scary thing for them because you don't know what black men, you see how black men treat gay men. Like, and so they don't know who's open to them, and so they get
the
more
culture
reserved.
is against it.
It 100% is.
The culture is against it.
So I mean, I'm open to gay friends. My wife would probably be like, "No, you're not." You know what I mean? Because I say little shit. You know, we all say our shit.
I'm gonna say my shit.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But because she's introduced me to some of her gay friends, and we kick it and we cool.
Hang out,
And it could be because she was the person introduced and we got cool. But maybe I need that buffer so that I can unlearn everything I've learned, and then they can see that I'm safe. You know what I mean?
Just before I get to you, Kenneth, when your wife introduced you to a friend or friends or anyone that she was trying to be that buffer, if you and this person developed I'm not trying to say a relationship, but like you and him got
it's a relationship. I mean,
you got friendly, and he was like, "Hey, would you and your wife mind coming to this gay bar with me?" Would you go?
Me personally, I probably would go.
Okay.
Because I'm curious about that stuff because I don't know a lot about it.
With your wife, or could it be just y'all two?
Yeah, that's tough.
Because he's your friend at this point. I'm saying,
right.
Yeah.
I would go to support him, not for myself.
I agree.
And I'd be nervous as shit because my thinking is, who the fuck want to holler at me?
I'm gonna walk in, somebody gonna grab my
somebody right, and it's so stupid.
It's stupid, I know.
But it's like that's the fear. It's
Y'all
like,
ever been
who
hit
want to
by,
holler at me?
Y'all ever been hit by a gay person?
James get hit all the time.
Yeah, that happened. That's happened to me.
Yeah.
The first few times I remember I told somebody about it. They're like, "Peter, why are you offended? That should be a compliment."
Did he call you or text you?
I was a security guard, and it was where I worked. And then that person lived at that housing community.
Yeah.
Oh, so you went to his house?
That's fucked up. I worked there.
Fucked up. Why is that fucked up?
I worked there. I didn't go to his house. I was going to work.
Professional.
I call it that too.
No, I have gay friends. So
Men.
yeah, men.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my LB's gay.
Which one?
Oh, yeah.
Which one?
No names, please.
Yeah,
He's out?
yeah, he's out.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
And you and him you go to gay bars with him?
no, I mean he doesn't live here.
Oh, okay.
So, but I've been to gay
Yes,
bars
you're
before.
right.
So is that hard though for like your line brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that realm is kind of serious too about stuff like that, and it may be unsaid, but it's a bunch of black men, so I could just imagine like the thinking behind it. Is it hard for him to be like, yo guys, I'm gay?
I think he did express himself on social media, and he had a big story about his struggles or whatever. So after he did that, for him it was like he can exhale now.
Okay.
So, but issues on the line, none whatsoever. Like he and I has not changed whatsoever. Like
Right.
yeah,
People got to get over it.
Is that the case for? I mean, do you know if that's the case for everyone, or just you know what I mean?
I don't know the case for everybody,
Right.
so I don't know. I can't. But on our line though,
Right.
Yeah.
the line is good. Like there's nothing
Right.
on the line. Like nobody looks at him any different. I never did. Like when he was going away, I was in my mind. I was like, there's a lot of gay people here, but I was like, all right, you know what I mean, whatever, you know what I mean. It's all good.
And
so
You said
but-
going away. Where did he go? You said
he doesn't live here. You said
Yeah, he don't
All
live
right.
here.
elsewhere.
And
So-
it was all good to me. Like I had no problems. I was happy
Right.
being there, and that's my LB. That's
And the
my
gay
dog.
bar thing, you said you would go.
I've been to.
he said he's been.
Oh,
I've been to a gay
shit.
bar. Yeah.
Men, right? Men. I don't know. Is it men?
A male
versus women?
gay.
A male gay or?
No, it was just a gay bar. So anybody
Okay.
can come
Okay,
in there.
I don't know.
Or whatever.
There's a man's gay bar. I don't know.
There are men
Gay
dominated ones.
I think
whatever.
all bars are male dominated.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if people are against gays, they got to get over it.
Yeah, that's I was
Yeah.
gonna,
Get over
That's
it.
what I was gonna
All
wrap it.
right.
I don't have no gay friends. I mean, I wish if one of y'all came out as gay, I've said this many times. If one of y'all came out as gay, I'm gonna rank you for a while. I'm gonna make jokes because you hit it this long, but obviously we all feel the same way. It ain't no thing.
But I'm
like,
gonna make jokes about you just being
yeah,
whatever.
it's just whatever.
Just looking
yeah,
at
like,
you, just making jokes.
but,
Like,
like,
what can
oh,
I
yeah,
make
it's
a
okay.
joke?
So Peter, it's
Yeah.
okay.
I won't love y'all any less at all.
For
But
sure.
I mean, if that's that,
And that's that.
James goes, baby.
damn it goes, man. Y'all have a good one.
Bah.
I still love when you do that shit.